If I had to have a conversation with my 21-year-old self, wow, I think one of the main lessons I would say is select your friends very, very carefully. And when I say select, I mean get clear about the vision of where you want to go and hang around people by design versus default. I grew up in a household where, we were a little bit sheltered. Like most products of the 80s, parents really paid attention to who their kids hung out with on a regular basis. And my generation was no different. My family is no different, where my mother would let you come over to my house and play if she knew your parents and she knew your upbringing. And I don't think I'm a stranger by saying that. And I would have times where mom would say, you can't hang with him because he cusses, he's a bad element, he's a bad apple. And her fear was, who you hang with is who you become. And I think a lot of us are that way now. Most of us as parents, I know as a parent of a beautiful daughter myself, we grew up that same exact way. Hey, that girl you hanging with, her skirt is way too short. You can't go hang with her. You can wave to her at school, but she can't be hanging out with you. So the problem with that is, I do agree with that law that you become who you hang with. But if it works in the negative sense, we also have to understand that law also works in the positive. In other words, I spent my time hanging around a lot of people from the 9-to-5 arena, and all they hit was 9-to-5 mindset, 9-to-5 dream, and 9-to-5 goals. They didn't want for much. They just wanted to create an area of comfort. They want to create an atmosphere of comfortability, where to be an entrepreneur, it takes a little bit of a stretch of your imagination to really go after the things that you want on a regular, everyday basis. And so when I got my journey officially started, my journey started in real estate, believe it or not. And I started hanging around folks from my local real estate investors club. And so the more I hung out with them and then went back to my 9-to-5 life with folks that were just like me, where we were struggling, robbing from Peter to pay Paul to get the bills paid, and looking at home ownership and thinking, man, that's such a far-fetched dream. And I'm comfortable in the 1-bedroom efficiency apartment. The efficiency where you can sit on the sofa and wave to the person in the bathroom, sitting on the toilet while cooking a meal in the kitchen all at the same time in that little small apartment. I was hanging around folks that had mindsets like that, where they were comfortable. So the more I hung around people that was learning how to get money outside the traditional box, the more I desired to be the same exact thing. So I believe that you can live your life by design. You can live your life by default. Think about it by any piece of technology that you get, especially like an Apple product or something like that. Like if I got a brand new iPad, if I got that iPad for the purposes of my speaking business or even the real estate business I have, then I'm required to go on there and actually download certain applications. It's going to make the iPad useful for what it is I want. That means that iPad was delivered to me when I paid for it on default settings. It's my job to be clear about the vision of what I want to use this product for. And once I have clarity, then I can go out there and download what I need to actually design it versus use it for default settings. I think our best lives work the same exact way. So if I had to go back in time and have a conversation with my 21-year-old self, I would say Dr. Karim Ellis, not to tell myself that at an early age, because I think that how you address yourself is how you see yourself. You can't outperform what you think about yourself. So I would clearly say, live your life by design versus default. Be super selective over who you hang with, get clear about the vision, and then release, let go, fire anyone or anything that's contradictory to that, because your best level of thinking is based on who you surround yourself with on an everyday basis.